So Ballon d'Or happened, right? Did you watch it, by the way? First off,
No.
the ceremony.
No.
All right. So basically, I'm just gonna go through who won everything, and then I just want to hear your thoughts on everything. All right. I'm gonna cancel out the women's because not to discredit them or anything like that. I know you feminists, you know how you are. We just don't watch it, so we can't comment on something we don't watch. That's all it is. Don't read too much in it.
Read all the way in it.
The Copa Trophy was Yamin Yamal.
Okay.
Are you mad at it? You agree with it?
I see why. I respect it. I respect it.
Do you agree with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. I think the Euros was just amazing.
I'm trying to think of some way to discredit them, but so far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah, for facts. The Gerd Muller Award, they were tied. Well, first off, I apologize, right? So basically, actually, no, I'm going to go through the word. The Gerd Muller Award going to Harry Kane. He was actually joint with Mbappe. They had the most goals. I think it was like 52. So they gave it to, both of them. But, Harry Kane took it. You mad at it?
It's most goals.
No.
It's most goals.
Exactly. Pretty straightforward, right?
It's hard to debate against the number. Like, you put the ball in the back of the net, you get one.
That's it. Exactly.
Like,
Exactly, right? Now, the Yashin Trophy went to...
Goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, of course, the best goalkeeper. Emiliano Martinez, sorry, I apologize. Martinez.
I mean, ooh. Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
For me, I do not agree personally. I think
Copa America, come on, man.
Yeah, but that's the only tournament he did good in.
Premier League.
It's literally the only one.
Premier League, he got.
What are you doing in Premier League? What are you doing in Premier League?
He got to the Champions League.
I think personally, if this was going by last season, the criteria, last season, what is it? The one from Madrid did really good when Thibaut Courtois got injured. Yes, I think he did really good. He basically
took him out in the final though, so it's like.
But that does not discount the 99% of the games that he
Felton, I get that. I get that. I think you need to get that. You're
no, but let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
No, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. That was my only issue with that. But because if you would let me finish, I would have said. But I can see why Emilio Martinez got picked, and I'm not mad at it because of the Copa America tournament, and that holds a bigger weight. So I'm not mad at it. But he wasn't nominated, so I think my issue was the quote unquote lack of respect. Like I think he should have been looked at. You know what I mean? That was my only issue. That's my only issue with it. After that, we got the best, and this was the first time they get it. I think they'll call it the Cruyff Award, but regardless, it was the men's coach of the year. And this one was filled with
Ten Hag. Yeah, I trolled too much. I trolled too much. I'm sorry, yo.
This one was full with a lot of good candidates. Girona's coach, Xavi Alonso.
Good shout.
Good shout. These are like great. Carlos Ancelotti,
good shout.
Pep Guardiola. This was shit. Like this one could have been either or, and the winner basically was Carlos Ancelotti.
Okay.
What do you think? This is like his, I think, 8th. I don't know how many Champions League. He brought his team.
I mean, I get that. I get that, Felton, right? But I would say this. I would have liked to see Xabi Alonso win it.
Yes, me personally, I would like Xabi Alonso.
When I think of this award, I think, what were you before me and what were you after me?
After me, yes.
But I agree get why Ancelotti won, right? Because he won every freaking thing. Literally, but he won the biggest competition, right?
Yes, and the Premier League. I mean, and La Liga.
But when I look at that list, it's like I think Xabi Alonso and maybe the Girona coach, maybe, because they got Champions League. They were freaking second division, and they freaking
they finished third. That's impressive.
I would think they would probably be higher, and if I chose the trophy, they'd probably be higher than Ancelotti. But I get why they chose Ancelotti.
Honestly speaking, I agree with you. Only the Girona part I disagreed with. I would probably put Ancelotti there because they did have a spectacular season. They finished third, but I get what your point is, where you are and where I took you. That's why me personally, I thought Xabi would win, but Ancelotti win, you ain't gonna hear no complaints from me. But I thought that was very interesting. And this one is the more controversial one, in my opinion. The Ballon d'Or, the men's Ballon d'Or.
Who won?
We saw El Clasico. We saw Vinny, mouth off to Gavi or Pedro or whatever, and he went like this because he was winning 4-0, and he mumbled, "Yeah, but you're gonna see me Monday win the Ballon d'Or." And so they gave it to Rodri. What's your thoughts on that?
I told you.
Okay, yeah. Before you hit my rant, what's your thoughts on that?
I told you I could see. I told you before, right? For those who didn't see, I told them before that I can see a world where they give it to Rodri, right? Plays a hell of a lot of games, a lot of important games. Rarely misses them. Rarely gets injured. He was, freaking.
As he hobbled onto the podium.
As he got injured this season.
Purchase going up.
But right, he got to the Champions League final and the Euro, right? And then I look at Vinicius. Yeah, he got the Champions League, but his Copa America was horrible. And I told Felton, like, hey, I can see a world where, hey, he got to the Champions League, or he got to the freaking semifinals of the Champions League, and he won a tournament, the hardest cup, international cup that we have aside from the World Cup, if you want to say that, if you want to go that way. I can see a world where that happens. And that's what I told him, and I was like, I left it at that. But I told you, man.
All right. So are you agree with it?
Who was on the list?
Because I'm holding you. I'm holding you by the neck. I mean, like, I'm holding you by the neck. All right.
Who was on the list? All
right. Okay. So who was on the list? Was Rodri first, second Vinny, third was I think it was tied. Third and fourth, I'm gonna give you. I don't know what the order is, the third and fourth, but it was basically Carvajal and
Carvajal.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much it. Carvajal, Vinny, and
Rodri,
and I believe Bellingham was on the list somewhere. But anyways,
Carvajal's not getting it. Yeah, I see why they go Rodri. I'd give it to Rodri, to be quite honest.
All right, so this is why I'm disgusted by you and the French Federation that hold the tournament. You guys are. I don't even want to be a partner no more in this because the fact that you said that. All right. First off, how are you gonna brush off Carvajal? Carvajal had more trophies than Rodri.
Okay.
Right. Okay. He scored in the Champions League finals. He was very important for Real Madrid. Look at Real Madrid now without him.
Not as important as Rodri is to City.
Yes, he was. No. I'll get to. Let me finish because I'll get to Rodri and his stats in a minute because they were.
It's not about.
God awful.
It's not about stats.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. At least let me get my point across, and then you can rebuttal.
I apologize. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then you can rebuttal, right? The fact that you brushed off is crazy. He was main important player for one of the important players for Madrid, because look at Madrid now without Carvajal. Trash. You know what I mean? On top of that, right? I thought Vinny deserved it and should have won it, right? I could see why people would look towards Rodri, but I don't think he's the clear favorite at all. What's it called? Rodri wasn't even the best player for City last season. It went to Phil Foden. He wasn't even the league's best player when they made the best 11. He wasn't on it. He wasn't even UCL best player. He wasn't on it. He wasn't even UCL's best midfielder. Wasn't on it. He wasn't even Spain's best midfielder, because you could have said Dani Olmo. And on top of that, Lamine Yamal was way more of an importance than Rodri on the Spain national team, and yet they gave it to Rodri. I think this tournament is, like Ronaldo said, a joke. It lost its flavor, its meaning, in my opinion. I mean, I know people would disagree and say I'm butthurt. I think that they focus too heavy on international football, and whatever you accomplish on club level, I guess, is just Carrera for them, which is stupid in my opinion. I thought, me personally, candidates to win this should have been Vinny Jr., Carvajal, and what people are not giving respect to was the guy from Inter, Lautaro Martinez, because he won, I think, 3 trophies with them: the league, the Super One, and the Cup. He scored, I believe, 50 plus goals that season. He was just amazing. On that stat alone, I think he's better than Rodri. So these are my reasons why I say not Rodri. I understand that, defensive midfielders don't get their flowers, as in Iniesta and Xavi, but to win in this manner, to rob someone that I think should clearly have won, and Vinny, and if not Carvajal, and for you to say no and brush him off is just, for me, crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not brushing him off.
Like,
I think
you said no, like no second thought, like you brushing him off.
Yeah, no,
crazy.
I'm not brushing him off, right? I think the difference between me and you and our 2 picks for it lies in this question: how much do you value that international tournament? Because they both played international tournaments. So
I'll tell you straight up right now, and this is actually a good point. I was going to bring it up. Me personally, right? I equate Copa of America, let's say AFCON, let's say Europe, like not the World Cup, but like the other tournaments, the
sub-international.
Yes,
tournaments.
But not the third sub, as in Nation League, like the sub tournaments, like the Euros. I equate that almost equivalent to Champions League, because Champions League is best in Europe, and that's the best in that confederation. Okay. Right. I still hold the World Cup overall.
Yeah, true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I hold them two almost neck and neck. So for me, I just thought it was really ridiculous. And if you looked at the you said Vinny couldn't bring Brazil. If you look at the Brazil squad and you look at the Spain squad, you can clearly said Spain is ahead by far. Brazil's midfield is nowhere near of the level of Spain. Brazil's defense is nowhere the level of Spain. You know what I mean? I disagree with that statement of saying, he didn't carry Brazil. You get what I'm saying? I honestly think, like I said, it should have been Vinny, Carvajal, or Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, but Lautaro is a good shout.
I think it was a robbery. I think it was a robbery, in my opinion. I honestly think it was a robbery. And before you answered, I wanted to say too, I want to say in the beginning, but I didn't. No Real Madrid players attended this event, because I think it was leaked, and to show solidarity for Vinny, no one showed up.
Good for y'all.
A lot of people saying good for y'all. A lot of people saying that's like middle school shit. Oh, you're crying about it.
But anyway, right? Okay, so if you look at Vinny and you look at Rodri, right?
Yep.
Champions League semifinal for Man City.
Why are we encouraging third place?
Wait. Brazil, okay, but Vinny won it. If you look at
Vinny carried too. Continue.
Rodri was quite integral for City.
Third place. Why are we encouraging bronze?
If you look at the summer tournaments, Vinny didn't even make it out the group. He played horrible. Rodri won it.
They did make it out of the group. They got out the first leg, but they went out
barely.
Okay.
But Rodri won it. So yeah. I see why they're doing that. I see why if you equate it the same, then Rodri, he got more tokens than Vinny.
No, he didn't. Because
I'm using your logic to tell you to
you know what's crazy too? If I were to even digest the stats even more,
it's not about the stats. It's not, it's come on. It's not about the stats. It's about
stats play a big factor. I can't just go by
Does Vinny have the most goals? Does he have the most assists? He
has the most goals. He's off by assists by 2. Vinny, I think
in all of Europe, does Vinny have the most goals? Does he have the most assists? Does he have the most anything?
But my thing is this,
it's rarely just, okay, he got the most goals, we have to give it to him. There's an award for that. But
yes, I agree with you. It's not about stats, but what about the whole thing I told you about him not even being the best player in Spain or Manchester United or England itself? You're just gonna brush off those?
What? So
he wasn't even. Phil Foden was nominated as the best player in Manchester City. In the league, in the Premier League, he wasn't even the best midfielder.
That's not you, bro.
How can he be the best in the world if he's not even best in the league or in his own club?
Because it's 11 players that come from all different types of backgrounds, from different countries that come together to fight for one badge. Everybody's situation is different.
Yes.
Rodri, if De Bruyne had a great year, if he had a great Euro, who knows? He could have won it, but he didn't. He had a shit Euro. Rodri had a great Euro, and he had a great Champions League. Like,
he did not. I honestly,
Vinny had a great.
I honestly don't think he had a great Champions League. I honestly don't think he had a great Champions League.
You're talking about he got third. Okay, cool. He got third.
No, I said third. Just benefit of the doubt. You got to say third and fourth.
He got third or fourth.
That's not good. That's not good.
Third or fourth. Okay, fine.
It's not good.
You know it's not good? Getting knocked out in the round of 16 when you're the best country on that side of the hemisphere to them.
That's not true. Argentina's the reigning champion, and they're going to a rebuilding stage.
You don't even get to the final. You don't even.
They're not even the top two teams in South America.
Brazil's.
They're going through. No, not right now. They've been going through a rebuilding stage for a while now.
Bruh. Whether or not
you're just saying Brazil because you're remembering the name.
No, I know Brazil has. I agree. I know they don't have a striker. I know they don't have a proper defense. I know their midfield is not what I want it to be. I know these things about Brazil. I'm not rose-colored glasses about Brazil. I understand their issues, but what I'm saying is, you're in a competition. You play bad. You're not even giving anything. I'm gonna hold that against you. You hold that competition at the same level as a Champions League. Okay, fine. If Vinny played bad in the Champions League, okay.
I guess
let's look at it like this, right? 2 Champions League, right? Vinny wins one and he gets knocked out in the round of 16. That's what this year was. Rodri, he won a Champions League and he got 3rd place in one.
No, or fourth. You keep giving him the benefit of the third, but
fourth. I
guess we're celebrating third and fourth is crazy to me. And I guess the only response I have to this,
Felton, he won.
I guess the only response,
he won one.
I guess the only response to this, right, is I guess people like in the likes of, for example, George Weah or the likes of Holland that plays for a crappy team will never, if they're ever tied or anything like that, they have a shit team, because, let's be honest, Norway ain't doing nothing. I guess they get penalized for it because international football, means so much to you, I guess, yeah.
No, you're the one who said the Copa America,
no, you asked me and I said for me, but I still don't think. I'm
using your logic to tell you why I think that Rodri won, because I honestly I don't think that your evaluation of Copa America and Euros as a Champions League is very off. I think that's very, very fair. I see, and with that point, I think that using your logic, I still think that's valid.
I agree with you, but the difference is like when you look at Man City and Man City and Real Madrid, they equal. You know what I mean? Real Madrid, equal. Now, if you look at Brazil and Spain, not equal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You put that Rodri in Brazil, Brazil's still probably get out on the round of 16.
I will tell you this.
You put Vinny in Spain, Spain's still winning.
Felton. The competition in Europe and the Americas is not even close. It's not even close. Then bring in the competition in there too.
Yeah, but when you talk about Ballon d'Or, you talk about European players. I don't think anyone outside of it won except that hasn't played in Europe won it. I don't know. You're bringing the Americas into it.
No. I'm looking at the competitions of the Euro and the Copa America. Talk about that too. The competition in the Euros is miles ahead of the competition in the Copa America.
I hear your points. I disagree. I'm just going to leave it at this. I find it very...
You disagree that the competition is better?
No, I'm going to disagree with what you're saying if Rodri deserved it. I don't think he deserved it. I don't even think he makes top 4 in that list of people that deserved it. I'm just going to say this. I just find it very weird that someone that wasn't even the best player, someone that's considered the best in the world, is not even the best in the league, didn't even make the 11, because there's 3 spots in midfield that gets the 11 unless you play in 4-4-2. Then that's 4. Doesn't even make that. Doesn't even make the best player in your what's it called in your team. Doesn't make the best in the league. That's 2. Doesn't even make the best in your country, right? That is like, for me, if he doesn't make that, how can you ever consider him to be the best in the world? That's me.
Can I ask you this?
I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's just wild to me.
I would actually like to know who got the midfield spots ahead of Rodri.
I'll look it up right now
because that can tell a very telling story. Because midfield is a very I just would like to know who
for the Prem.
No. The Champions League 11.
Sabitzer made it for sure. What is it? I believe Bellingham made it, and I think Modric made it. But I know Sabitzer and Bell for sure.
I don't know if Bellingham and Sabitzer deserve that, but again, that's already
finalists for sure. I know why Sabitzer deserved it. That season he was cooking, and him and I want to say Sancho was the only reason to bring them to the finals. So that for me is unquestionable.
Bellingham, sorry. Sabitzer, yes. Bellingham, I do not agree with. Sabitzer, yes.
I'll look up.
I thought Sabitzer played for RB Leipzig for a quick second. I just brain farted. But yes, Sabitzer, yes, I get that. Modric, yes, I get that. Bellingham, I don't get that. That Bellingham pick feels like politics to me.
All right, I'll tell you right now. Vitinha made it, Sabitzer, and Bellingham.
Vitinha.
Yeah, I agree with it. I honestly agree with it. Vitinha was straight balling. I agree with that 100%.
Bruh.
I agree with that. Vitinha, I agree with that. I mean, it's serious. Last season, Vitinha was balling.
Say it again. The 3.
Last season, Vitinha, Sabitzer, and Bellingham. The only one here that you could quote unquote say is questionable is Bellingham.
Bellingham, it feels like politics, bro.
Oh, and this whole Raji winning the thing ain't politics? Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man, yo. Get out of here, yo. Come on. He doesn't, that's what I'm saying. Like, a player to be considered the best in the world doesn't even make Champions League, not even the league, not even his own club.
His spot was taken by some English.
Sabitzer's an English.
Talking about Bellingham.
Nah, bro, you're hating on him.
He had a horrible champion.
Bellingham's number.
Felton.
Bellingham's numbers were, amazing.
Felton, he had a horrible Champions League. Why is he in the Champions League 11?
That's crazy. I think
he struggled through the Champions League. What do you?
I'm thinking you're trying to justify your crappy take of saying Roger deserved it. I think you should honestly give it to Carvajal, Lautaro, or Vinny. I don't think Roger deserves it at all. This is yet another robbery. And yet another robbery.
It's not.
And it is another robbery. I don't know what's worse. This one, 2018, 2010, or 14. I don't know which one's worse.
It's not a robbery.
Or even the one that they took from Holland and gave it to Messi. I don't know which one's worse.
It's not a robbery.
Crazy. He doesn't make it in Champions League? Euros? Yo, this is wow. Wow.
What are the Euro midfielders? What are the Euro midfielders? Apologies to Vitinha. I was saying Vitinha as in that's a great pick. Don't get it twisted. Sabitzer deserves it. Vitinha deserves it. I don't know if Bellingham deserves it, man. He just had it. His Champions League, he was struggling. He struggled through the final. And then his Euros. Come on, man.
Let me pull it up. Dani Almo, Cruz, and Fabian Ruiz.
Cruz?
Yes, for Euros. Yes, for Germany. Yes.
No, I'm trying to.
100%.
Yo, let me.
100%. You said no because you said Cruz. Like you know what I mean?
No,
like you're trying to say that's not a good pick.
No, because
that's what I'm feeling.
I watched a lot of Spain, so I understand the Fabian Ruiz and Dani Olmo.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think back to Germany in terms of their games to think if that
they lost to Spain.
Cruz makes sense.
They lost to Spain, which was another controversy that happened there, but I'm not going to get into it. The Cucurella handball.
I don't know if Fabian Ruiz deserves to be on there over Rodri.
But like I said, Euros don't make it. Do you want me to show you the Premier League 11 for last season?
Oh yeah.
I know Cole Palmer makes it for sure.
Come on.
I know he makes it for sure. Come on. So phone him probably.
Yeah, if he got a British passport, maybe. Most likely. But I'm just saying that Bellingham pick, it feels like just some posturing.
Hold on.
But do you honestly feel like this is a robbery? Like,
I honestly feel like it was a robbery.
I respect it. You have the right to your opinion, but I don't believe it's a robbery.
I think it is, man. Like I said, if we looked at Carvajal's numbers,
it's not about numbers, bro.
His importance of both the national team and Champions League and La Liga. His importance is both.
Rodri's more important than he is in both teams.
I strongly disagree. And on top of that, like I said, Lautaro Martinez deserves a pick too.
That is a great, bro. That pick by you, I didn't think about it, but once you said it, I was like, that makes a whole lot of sense. The Inter was killing. Inter was killing that season.
They were hell yeah. Odegaard, Palmer, and Foden and Rice. Actually, Odegaard, Rice, Palmer.
Odegaard, Rice, and Palmer. Okay.
Hold on.
I'm a little apprehensive.
I'm gonna find another site.
I'm a little apprehensive about that Palmer thing because last season he was very, very young, and Chelsea were not great. They may have given that to him because he was the new young kid on the block, making great moves. The Foden, I understand. The Odegaard, I understand. It's just that Palmer one that I'm not. I understand it. The new young kid on the block.
FPL, Fantrix, EPL best starting 11s for 23-24. Goalkeeper, defenders, nope. Midfielder was Foden, Saka, Palmer, Fernandes was on there.
Bruno Fernandes was on there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, he was. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna look at more sites just to see if I can give him the benefit of for Rodri. But I did not.
I'm not a United fan, but I'm sure United fans would trade Bruno for Rodri in a second.
100%. But it looks like.
See, but that's right. To go back to your point about
actually, no, I don't think they would. Just because Man United fans and Man United fans. Let's be for real. No. I think any sensible person would do it, but
if he hadn't had the City background, Man United fans, the majority of them, they would accept Rodri into their Man United homes. They would accept.
I definitely would. Yeah, I'd definitely pick him over Casemiro or whatever position that's taken up.
And Bruno.
I'll take him.
Pick one.
Yeah, I'll take him over Eriksen. I'll definitely take him over Mount. That was a waste of money. I'll take him over maybe Calvino just because of the potential. They wouldn't do that, but everybody else, he starts over.
So when to go back to your point, when you say, "Oh, he wasn't included on all these lists have had posturing in it, have had someone trying to play some political game in it."
Nah, it was. If I can only agree with one of them, would just be the Premier League with Bruno. That's the only one. The other ones I find.
Fabian Ruiz one was iffy.
I know. I'd say I agree with the Fabian Ruiz one.
Okay, you agree with you said the Bellingham one was
the Bellingham one. Okay. The Bellingham one.
You said that one. You think the Bellingham one's iffy?
If you put Rodri, I wouldn't be mad at it. But the point I'm making is they didn't put Rodri.
That's 2 out of 3.
That's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is they didn't put Rodri. Bro, that's the point I'm making. If their own competition didn't put them, how can you consider him the best in the world? That's what I'm saying.
Because when you say stuff to try and posture, you have to walk it back at some point. You can't keep up this charade forever.
I hear your points. You hear my points? Let the viewers decide.